holdjoytoken.com. Stairs to the cave. Right now, in this moment, is the trading volume on Joy Token is up and increasing. I saw that someone made a profitable trade, whereas they sold $100 worth of Joy tokens and had a $4 profit. Now this is good because this will increase trading volume. Anyone who can trade the token and make gains will continue to trade. And in order to make, instead of making $4, they want to make 40, right? Which means increasing the amount of volume. So holdjoytoken.com is going great. It's day number 2 since business have been open for customers. Today's also the first day, whereas I haven't spent any money. I got close though. Hey man, I got close. Whew. Whereas, last night I paid my electricity bill because my power is out. But I have solar, so I don't have to worry about it. But because they said they would turn it on in 1 hour, and usually they would, but that didn't happen, right? And I think it's because I paid with my bank account. So it takes maybe 24 hours or more. Because they say when you pay like that, you get added to a queue. You stand in line. So they have all these other services, whereas you can pay with any of those services. And so I was like, okay, let me go ahead and do that. Now, I'm not thinking about, today's the day I'm not supposed to spend, right? It's like I totally forget that. And I started registering for this thing. And I registered, and I'm trying to pay. And then it says, we have to verify your card, right? So the way they do that is they have to deposit money to the card. And then I have to tell them how much they deposited. But my bank doesn't update that in real time. I think they update that once every night, right? Or something like that. I don't know when they update, but it's not in real time. So this means, okay, I have to wait. And now when I'm sitting there waiting, I go realize and say, hey man, wait a minute. I'm not supposed to be spending no money, right? So this means now, yeah, I dodged that one, right? I dodged it. So after that, my neighbor, like maybe once in a while, maybe once a month, she comes and she like begged me for a little bit of money. It's always like a couple of dollars, $2 or $3, something like that. But she comes and she's all dressed up, looking nice. And she says she's gonna go buy sugar, but she's short a couple of dollars. And I said to her right away, because for one thing, I don't want nobody coming to my house and calling my name for no reason, especially today when I'm not spending anything and I'm not trying to do anything and everything is off my plate. So there's no reason to come to me. So I'm already not in a good mood when I go to the door, So, but she looking nice because she dressed up and she has a great smile. She's a really nice person, right? So I said, you know what? I'm not going to have any money till next week, is what I said to her. And she smiled, and said, okay, But that's actually, is that true? I mean, I have money, right? But I just don't want to spend it. So that's that. I dodged that, right? Didn't spend. Because in a sense, if I gave her a couple of dollars, like $2 or $3, this is like, I'm saying like in US dollars, this is how much it is, Isn't that technically me? I mean, for one thing, I just didn't want to deal with money. I could even say that's not me spending. I'm not spending because I'm giving it to someone. But I just don't want to be bothered and I don't want to deal with money, right? So Like, cause I'm in the no spending mode, which means I should not be touching cash for any reason. And if I'm gonna have to pick up the cash to give it to her, that's like me spending, right? So, dodge that. Now, interestingly, man. So I'm home, and it's like I can't stop thinking about Juliana, right? Like it's weird. It's weird. Like since yesterday, I just constantly thinking about her. And I think to myself, and so I start watching this YouTube video, and this girl starts talking about herself. And the things that this girl is saying about herself, I'm like, that girl sounds like Juliana, right? So it's like now not only am I thinking of Juliana constantly, but I'm trying to watch a video and I'm seeing a girl talk to her about herself, and it sounds like exactly like Juliana. So I was like, all right, let me just call her, right? So I call her up and we start to talk, and I asked her, have you been thinking about me a lot? She's like, yeah, of course. And I'm like, okay, that makes sense, right? That makes sense because if she's thinking about me a lot, then I'm gonna be thinking about her a lot. Just the way it works, especially with being her, right? So she goes for a run, right? And she takes the phone with her on the run. She says, come, I wanna take you with me on this run, right? And she goes running through a outlet mall. And there's all these stores. There's a Gucci store, there's a Versace store, there's a bar, there's a whole bunch of people, and it's just like a really active environment. It's a resort, everything is just popping. And I'm looking at it, it's like, man, look at all this money being spent. That's a lot of fun, right? Like, look at all this. But I'm thinking, am I seeing this right now because I'm not spending anything? Like, this is a reflection of, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, hey, man, there goes the spaceship. Yeah, man, so I'm here to get rat bat manure for the ginger that I planted and whatever else. Come and talk to me. I really want to meet you. Can I talk to you? I really want to know you. Come and talk to me. I really want to meet you. Can I talk to you? I really want to know. Say I want to know. One tell me your name. Whoa, whoa, whoa. So I had a really pleasant conversation with Juliana today, man. She said her main goal now is to make enough money online, which she's on her way. She's doing pretty good with that. To make enough money online to survive comfortably in Jamaica. And I was like, yeah, I'm trying to do the same thing, right? Because, like I said, I can live off the farm, but there's work involved. I can live off the villa, but there's expenses and there's work involved. So I'm thinking like, if I don't want the easiest life I could live is earning money online, and that allows me to exist a really nice life in Jamaica, even comfortable, even to the point where I can go spend a day at a resort, right? Because that's really living in Jamaica. Or you have enough money to go off and experience the amazing things that the island has to offer. So I figure earning money online, which is for me, is crypto. You know, that's the flow, and same thing for her too, crypto, right? So that's the goal, right? So I give myself, I mean, for me, it'll take me a few months, as long as the market keeps going up and everything looks good, right? And it's really just a few months because I have crypto coming to me, but it takes me about 6 months to receive all of that, right? So once I receive all the crypto coming to me, and I use that and flip it, then I'm in a position where 6 months from now, I'm making nice money enough to survive. And not only just for me to survive, but also any of my family who wants to be here, you know? So it's not just for me. And so she's on the same path. She's like, yeah, that's my goal. That's what she's trying to do. So we're on the same page, man. We're both on the same page. So that's really nice. Whoa! And then for me, this idea of not spending any money goes very well with the whole trying to accumulate. Because if I'm like, if I just stop spending for the next 6 months and everything I'm earning, I'm using it to put into joy, because that's the only thing I'm doing. You know, I'll put it into joy, and you know what I'm saying, like, yeah, that's why I want the trading volume to go up and traders to make decent amount, because you know, if I'm putting into joy, I want to know that there's a lot of volume going on. You know what I mean? There's gonna be. That video is sweet, man. My cousin, she works at a resort as a chef, and she sent me her transaction today of her swapping for Joy token. And that was amazing, you know. So she said she's gonna definitely continue. But the cool thing is this, right? When someone who's new to it, like, acquires a token, right? And they know, let's say they spent $10, and then they come back the next day, and their $10 turns into $15 for some reason. They're like, oh, wow. And then that's gonna inspire them to spend, you know, a little bit more, right? Yeah. And that can continue like that for a while, you know? Because the thing, it's at the bottom, man, you know? There's tons of room to grow. There's tons of gains to be made, especially if you're not well, I mean, like I said, man, holding is the way, man. Holding is the way. Trading is trading, right? Great, trade. But I'm telling you, man, holding is the way, especially if you're holding from the bottom. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I think my whole lifestyle of living without spending, that's the key, man. That's the key, man. For real, man. Because even like right now, my electricity is cut off right now, and I'm living good. You know, I took a cold shower today, felt great. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, man. Imagine that. That's the only thing I get from my power company is a hot shower. And then, you know, the villa needs hot showers. Like, there's nobody's gonna pay to come stay at that villa, and then hot shower is not available. Like, that's like, no, that's unacceptable, right? can talk to me. I really wanna meet you. Can talk to you. I really wanna know you. This manure, you know, is dry. So that means it had many years to cure, you know. Like if you get manure that's fresh, it's too powerful and it's too fresh. So the ideal manure, and this is probably like the birds, mostly the birds, right? Bird manure, and some bat manure, I don't know. But all I know is it's been sitting on the ground, curing under dry leaves for more than a couple of years, right? Because when anyone comes in here to get, they go back in the cave, like deep in the cave to get rat bat manure. Nobody takes it from here because they probably feel like they're not getting much. But you know, go ahead, feel that way. Right? I know what I'm doing because I learned. You know, I watch YouTube then. So there's a guy that all he uses on his farm is manure, and his farm is amazing. But he has goats and he has animals, so he takes the manure from the animals and he cures it for a year or two, right? So he's deliberately curing his manure for a year or two, and then he uses on his vegetables. And I'm like, okay, I see you, dog. I see you, dog. I got some of that in the cave. You know what I'm saying? I see people come here and get bags full of the wet manure, like the fresh manure from deep in the cave. And I'm thinking, okay, that stuff is powerful, but this stuff right here is perfect. This is the perfect stuff, right? I would think that this would last a lot longer in the ground. I think I'm good now, because yeah, this thing gets heavy. I guess this is good for me inhaling it, you know? Right? Gotta be good for me. It's gotta be like, what does it do for me inhaling it? Makes me powerful. Ha 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 ha. Makes my dreams come true. Do that. Hindi. Let me see. For real, yo, I'm not even going in the cave today. Because I'm going to the farm right now to put this on the ginger. Yeah. Spaceship. Hold joy token. magic dust.